Hey everyone, this is Ken, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on a horizontal villager trading system. The cool thing is this has tons of cool features that also add to the whole design. So before I start explaining, let me show you how this works. Now we have 5 villagers right in front of us ready to trade with. The great thing is you're not limited to that. Now the second you hit that button, that villager is going to go and you're going to get a whole new villager right in front of you so you could trade with them. And the great thing is you can have as many villagers as you want because you can expand this literally to the end of the map. There's no restriction on how small or how big you can make this. Now the thing is we have about 2 different styles as far as making this design. Now in front of us we have option 1, which is smaller, but the only bad thing is the fact that you can only design this in an east or west direction. But in option 2, which is right in front of us, you can literally design this in any direction. And it does the same exact thing. It allows you to switch villagers, to store villagers, and of course trade with them. But the great thing about this design is a little wider, but you could do this in any direction and not have any of the problems as the first one. Look at that, that is great. And the cool thing is it's super resource friendly. So you could definitely do this in survival mode. So check it out. Let me show you the back. I'm going to show you the mechanics behind it and explain to you that it's really not that complicated. And trust me, loading these guys up is just as easy. But I'm going to get to that later. Now like I was saying in option 2, the reason why it's so different, or you could do this in any direction, because you have a gap in between. But the concept and design is still the same. So these are some of the basic materials we will be using. You will be needing a block of your choice, some half slabs, pistons, redstone lamps, which are optional, some torch for lighting, some regular rails, power rails, minecarts, a few buttons, and of course a few levers. Now before we even start this build, make sure you guys have this exact layout. So feel free to pause at this point and make sure you choose either option 1 or option 2. So we're going to start off with option 1, and I'm going to show you how to build that. So make sure you go right here into the front part over here. We're going to place a row of blocks right here in the front. And on the left hand side, you're going to add 4 more blocks going upwards. Perfect. Then right here on top, you're going to add some stairs upside down right across. And on the right side, make sure you add 4 more blocks to connect the rest. Perfect. Now right in the center, from that point, add 1 button there and 4 more right across. And behind each block where the button's at, add 1 piston facing the opposite direction. Then you're going to place some blocks right there. You're going to extend that upwards. Then on the second row, place a block there and extend that all the way to the left. Well, to the right. You're going to extend that upwards, and of course you're going to cover the top part, because what we're creating here is a nice frame. Then right underneath, I want you to place some stairs right upside down. Perfect. And there you have it, guys. That's the whole system in the front, just so you could trade with them. Now you're going to go about 1 block forward. You're going to delete a whole row of blocks right there, parallel to the pistons, and of course you're going to repeat that 1 more time. So you should have a 2 by 5 spacing right in front of you. Perfect. Alright, so at this point you can really make this any length. But we're going to go about 3 blocks forward, add 2 blocks to the end, and then of course repeat that right across. Then you're going to place a block on top, right there at the edge, 1 behind it, and delete the first one, and of course you're going to extend that from one end down to the other. Then you can place a block there, a half slab right behind it, a block on top, half slab right behind that one, a block on top, and a half slab going in the opposite direction. Then you could delete the blocks that we just placed. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to extend those half slabs from one end to the opposite. Perfect. Then you're going to place 2 more half slabs, and then you're going to place 1 solid block. And you're going to repeat that to each section. Once you've done that on that side block, I want you to place a half slab in front of it, because that's going to be temporary. That's going to help us set up the rails on the top part. Now get your lever, and you're going to place it on top of each block in the back, and you're going to activate it. Then get your power rails, and you're going to place it from that point all the way to the front part of this block right there. And of course, you're going to repeat that to each section. Now the great thing about half slabs is the fact that it doesn't do any damage to the villagers. So even though if they go right through it, it won't hurt them. Now once you've done that, I want you to place one more power rail on that top half slab right there. And you want to create this kind of curve. So you want one rail going straight towards the curve of the rail. See? Now over here you're going to place some power rails right on top, in the front, and of course some regular rails right across. The reason we have that there is so that once we place the regular rails, they don't intersect each other or curve. Then you're going to delete that and the half slab underneath. Awesome. Now we got pretty much part 1 almost complete. Now at this point, make sure you add your half slabs on top, because that's going to act as a stabilizer for the villagers so they don't overflow or mess up the system. Now option 1 is complete. Now we're going to start working on option 2. Now once again, we're going to place a row of blocks from one end straight across to the other. And we're going to place 4 blocks right on top on both sides. Then inside the middle, place some stairs right upside down on the top part. We're then going to place a block there and leave a gap and a block there. And of course, we're going to create this exact pattern, because in between those gaps, you want to place the pistons. See? And behind those pistons, you want to place a button in front of that block. Now, before you do that, make sure the blocks that we place down, you of course extend that upwards 4 more times. See? Perfect. And on the top 2 gaps, in between, make sure you add a block. Now underneath that block, make sure you add some stairs upside down. And like I said previously, make sure you add that button right in front of the block that has the piston. Now you're going to go about 1 block forward and delete those 2. 1, 2. And you're going to do that to each section. Now when I mean section is the one that's of course parallel to the piston. Awesome. Now you're going to count 1, 2, 3, add 2 more blocks. Then you're going to repeat that to each one. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Then place a block right on top, just like so. Delete, block, block, delete. Because that's where we're going to put our lever at. That's going to be the power block. Now you're going to place a block there, a half slab right behind it, a block on top, half slab behind, block on top, and half slab on the opposite end. Right there. Then you're going to delete all 3 blocks, 1, 2, and 3. Now once again, you're going to place a half slab from that point and extend it all the way to the right and delete the ones in between. And you're going to do that to each half slab. Delete, 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 and of course repeat the same process. Awesome. Now we're going to extend the half slabs up by 2 more and a block right in front. And you're going to do that to each one. So 1, 2, block. Then of course 1, 2, and of course you're going to place a block. Fantastic. Now right here on the top part, make sure you add that half slab, because like I said, it's going to act as a stabilizer for the villagers. Then you're going to place the levers right on top of that block and you're going to activate it. Now, believe it or not, this format actually is a bit simple and easier than option 1. Because you really don't have to worry about the rails intertwining, and there's really no format to really set it up. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Perfect. Alright, so you set that up. Then you're going to place your power rails right on top of that half slab. And then right on top, make sure you add the regular rails right across. Now once you've done that, option 2 is complete, which is perfect. Now I'm going to show you how to actually load the villagers, and it's actually pretty simple. Go right behind that block, add 3 rails right across with a block at the end. So 1, 2, 3, then add 1 block. Now all you have to do is make sure the villager is right in the center. Then you're going to place your minecart. And look at that. It shoots right into the system with the villager with no problem. The cool thing is you can leave that there if you want to, or delete it. Now I'm going to show you in option 1, it works the same exact way. Add 3 rails and a block. Add the villager right in the center. And just add your minecart, and it takes it right through the entire system with no problems. And guys, it is literally that simple. So like I was saying before about the redstone lamps, which is optional, if you place it right underneath the button, once you activate the button, that specific redstone lamp will only turn on. So it acts as a great indicator to let you know that you activated that button. And you can also do that with option 2. All you have to do is make sure the redstone lamp is right underneath that button. And once you're done, you're good to go. I mean, you can really trim this up any which way you want. You can really hook it up your style. And it's very compact. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you could please leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you.